Hello everyone, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. This is episode 47. Last time we finished the Omega raid. It was a two-parter stream. We've been doing 3 streams in a row, which is incredible. I'm feeling hooked and enjoying playing through Final Fantasy XIV. I hope you're having a good morning or a good evening wherever you are. I'm excited to get into it today as we are getting back into the story. We're going to be doing patch 4.2, Rise of a New Sun. So we've got Tidings from the East for our next main scenario quest. We've got Mobius. And we've got Liliana. We'll have to pick up the rest of our stragglers along the way. That's right, if it's 1 a.m. Hope you're looking forward to a decent length of a stream today as we go through the story. You're going to be staying up for the whole thing, you have to. Who needs sleep? So we've got Tidings from the East. We are heading back this way. So let's have a chat with Lise. See what's taking place over there. Yeah, I don't think we're going into any 8-man activities, so should be good. We might do a dungeon, but we'll see what happens. Tidings from the East. Omega. Great timing. I was just about to send word to the Scions. I've got lots to tell you. The Council has officially recognized the Resistance as our standing army, and I expect you can guess who's been appointed commander. Suffice it to say, we're in good hand. Having the Bull of Alamigo at the helm's done wonders for morale. People were dancing in the streets when the announcement was made, and we have you and the Sultana to thank for it. If you two hadn't worked your magic, he'd never have contemplated following his heart. The Council has also decreed that we are to maintain a presence at Olga's Reach. Lise will continue to lead our forces in the fringes, a job she's been doing tirelessly. A bit too tirelessly, some might say. We're constantly having to remind her to rest before she falls over. That's an exaggeration, and I always get up again. Anyway, we can hardly afford to lower our guard now. Not after our latest brush with Lakshmi. Speaking of which, we're keeping a close eye on the Kalyana, and looks like they've chosen a new leader. It's, Shanti's daughter. You know, the half-dead one. For whatever reason, the Kalyana thought she was the best candidate, which makes them leaderless, basically. As things stand, there's no prospect of engaging in talks, let alone coming to an understanding. But I won't let that stop me. I'll keep on reaching out to them until they finally see sense. Right, who should be our leader? The one that's not really all there. Let's do that. Just like I've been reaching out to Fordola, she still won't meet my gaze, but she's given up trying to ignore me. It may only be the odd grunt, but at least she's responding. I'll get through to her yet. I keep sending the gaze after her, and she just won't respond to them. Omega, there you are. We have Alphino. And Alice. This was the perfect time for Alice to get a new outfit, and... No... Alphino, Alice, is everything alright? We've received word from Tartaru. Hancock has apparently acquired information of great interest and urgency. More than that, she didn't say. Only that we should come to Kugane right away. And also, she delivered me this new outfit that looks really good and colorful. I had a mind for the two of us to set forth together, but Alice is determined to make it a party of 3. As As I've told you more than a dozen times, brother, my wounds are quite healed, and I would benefit from some fresh air. Besides, you may well need an extra pair of hands. Worry not, sister. I have quite given up trying to convince you. Whether we be 2 or 3, we should depart as soon as possible. You will be joining us, I trust. I was about to say I'd come too, but I'll just have to settle for cheering you on from afar. Good luck with whatever it turns out to be. Thank you, Lise. Rest assured, should this business prove to be of even tangential concern to Alamigo, we shall inform you without delay. Let us be off then. Hancock and Tartaru await us at the Ruby Bazaar offices. Okay, we are traveling. Actually, I can afford some armor upgrades here with my tombstones. I wonder, can I complete the set? That's the full armor, I think, which is nice. And then there's the spear that gives me +1. And then we've got better rings. Yeah, repair my stuff too. Okay. There's my ears for my AXP. Checking if it's like even really worth, like, you know, upgrading. So it only goes up by like a few, but the item level is the important part, I guess, too. I'll grab one. Go. Upgrades. It's a cool set. The visor coming up and then it having the lights on it turn off is a pretty nice touch. Also, whatever this spear that I have is, I don't have the Magitech spear, but it matches my character a lot. How do you just turn off? You gotta use the glamour dispellers, don't you? Do you have to use the glamour dispellers? Like if I just want to things to look as they should, I gotta use the glamour dispellers. I'll just keep applying that. upgrades in general is what we're after, but it does look pretty cool. Now we go to the Ruby Bazaar. And I think in regards to, yeah, we just need to get a couple more of our Moogle tomes, and then I can buy my monkey. Yuguri!
My friends, thank you for coming at such short notice.
We were told the matter was urgent. I take it Yuguri and Soroban are also involved.
My presence here is but a happy coincidence. I am come on separate business, which can wait.
My apologies. Master Hancock, pray, tell our friends exactly what you told me.
Of course, of course. Some few days ago, a large detachment of soldiers was seen arriving at the Garlean embassy. This seemed to me most unusual, as no personages of note are due to visit for a matter of months. So, I made a few inquiries, whereupon I learned of a most curious rumor. Apparently, the soldiers were dispatched to Kugani to investigate recent sightings of a certain individual. The late acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma, Yotsuyu.
I love that it's like it comes out with Yotsuyu, but no mention of Gosetsu. There's a big, huge man. Okay.
I beg your pardon?
I too am loath to believe it. I saw the keep come down on top of her. We all did.
I would not presume to question your eyewitness accounts, nor am I one to take rumors at face value. The fact is, the Garleans have no knowledge of what took place at Doma Castle. They may well be chasing after a woman who merely resembles Yotsuyu. But a woman who resembles Yotsuyu in the company of a grizzled Rogadan samurai? I dare say that thickens the plot.
Oh, spotted together.
Gosetsu! He's alive!
While I've no conclusive proof, I thought that such a possibility warranted your attention.
Definitely does.
Have you informed Lord Hien? Well, I think we'd all like to believe the old bear survived.
Indeed. While I dare not give myself wholly to hope, I will not deny that I have prayed for such a miracle ever since that fateful day. But regardless of my personal feelings, if the Empire has seen fit to pursue these rumors so vigorously, we can scarce afford to ignore them. I am bound by duty to ascertain the truth of the matter. Will you join me in this quest?
Yugiri, you do not have to ask me. We'll find Gosetsu together.
Thank you. If Gosetsu yet lives, he will need our help if he is to avoid capture.
Gosetsu is a dear friend, and we cannot abandon him to the mercy of the Empire. Our course is clear. Hancock, is there aught else you can tell us?
Alas not. But I have taken the liberty of employing one of the finest informants money can buy. You shall have the latest intelligence on the Garlean's movements, and more besides.
The informant waits your pleasure in the back streets of Sanjo Hanamachi. From its shining facade to its dark underbelly, few know Kugane as intimately as he. One of the finest informants money can buy. How do I have a bad feeling about this?
Permit me to assist you in your quests, my friends. The sooner your business is concluded, the sooner we may speak of mine. Should your search take you away from Kugane, my boat is at your disposal. I shall see that she is ready to sail.
I'll give Saraban a hand. If he's providing us a ship, the least we can do is supply the provisions. We'll be at the pier if you need us. And, oh, Alice, I see you're in need of an outfit upgrade. I'll get to work on that immediately. A welcome offer and an excellent plan. Without further ado, then, let us seek out this informant in Sanjo Hanamachi. Lovely. Welcome, Mercury. Galleon's also late. He's eating copious amounts of food at the moment. Don't know why I didn't just teleport. Geen Gry. Welcome to the stream, Green Guy. I didn't expect to get caught up on my words there. Yes. Thank you for the kind words. I will be reacting to Silent Hill Transmission when it drops. Finally, we're getting news. I'm excited. Silent Hill 2 remake release date time. I can feel it. This should be the place. Now we wait and see who comes. It has been a while, my friends. Yes, a long while indeed. Oh no, it's a fish. It's the fish guy, isn't it? Yeah. I knew it. Gyodo, any funny business, and you know what will happen, I trust? No funny business, only loyal service and the finest quality information. Of course, such quality does not come cheap. No, but then Hancock already paid you. Honestly, you might think we were born yesterday. I've half a mind to call Lise. No, Lise, I beg you. No boots, I will tell everything I know, free of charge. The Empire searches for your Tsuyu, high and low, far and wide. Come to enlist my help, they did, promising rich rewards for decisive information. And have you decisive information? Were the two individuals cited here indeed Gosetsu and Yotsuyu? Alas, see them with my own eyes I did not, but the Imperials are confident. Yes, very confident indeed. Look at the size of their contingent. But here is something they do not know. A rumor which you will find most interesting, I think. They say an elderly Rogadan samurai appeared on Kugane Dore with a beauteous maiden and sold his katana to a pawnbroker. 'Twas no common katana either, but one of surpassing craftsmanship. Well, that is interesting, assuming that it's true. Did you corroborate the rumor with the pawnbroker in question? No, regrettably, I do not have a working relationship with the master of Shofuku Shichiten. Now, why would that be, I wonder? If I didn't know better, I think he'd lend you money. He will help you, I'm certain. Or you speak with him, I will make contact with my Garlean connections and learn what I can of their progress. A glimpse of the blade is all I need, but to be sure. But is it wise to let the Namazu out of our sight? What choice do we have? No other choice but this, and a fine choice it is, though I'm adept at gathering information, it is so much more efficient to share the work. He's right. Given the urgency, we would do well to split up, and so I will go with our friend here. Nothing improves efficiency like a little supervision. Yes, we'll go together, and there'll be no boots. Let's be about it then. Good luck with the katana. Shall we reconvene at the pier later on? Fragrant as the Rue Bazaar offices are, I prefer the fresh air. I believe Alice has her task well in hand. Shall we seek out the pawnbroker? I've learned the emote greeting. The sword in the store. Everything in order? Then let us proceed to Kugane Dore and find the master of Shofuku Shichiten. Shichiten. Hey, the wandering minstrel's here. Who would stand before me but the hero who shattered the shackles of oppression in Doma and Alamigo both? In spite of your burgeoning fame, I am honored that you should willingly share your precious time with this humble minstrel. If I may ask how are you enjoying the Far East? With its many charms, it is an easy place to like. Indeed, it holds a special place in my heart. You might even say it is a second home to me, often as I find myself here in my endless quest for verse. And on this particular visit, the proprietor of this theatre chanced to hear me perform and took a shine to my work. One thing led to another, and a number of my songs were adapted for the stage. Such are the crowds they have drawn, they have since been commissioned to write pieces for a new production. That is not to brag, mind you, nay, far from it. For though I am glad for the approval, the truth is I have been struggling to summon forth the inspiration with which to fuel my creativity. But of course, your recent exploits could well provide me with the inspiration I need. Such events you must have witnessed, such emotions experienced in your struggle to liberate Doma and Alamigo from the clutches of the Empire. Though the tales have been doing the rounds, there is no substituting a first-hand account. Nay, I would see from the eyes of he who stood in the thick of it and know the depths of his heart. I shall remain in Kugane and while I compose my pieces for the Mujikoza. Whenever you can spare a moment, I ask that you regale unto me your recent adventures, and I shall see to it they are immortalized within these halls. Okay. Something heroic this way comes. How fare you, Omega? As ever, I am seeking inspiration to draw upon for my work. If you have any new experiences to share, I should like to hear them. Pray do not keep me in suspense. Shinryu, a being of pure violence, born of the torment of they who died for their homeland. Those souls had longed for the power to smite the Empire. Little would they have imagined that this power would assume such a form. Nor that it would fall into the enemy's hands to become the ultimate obstacle to freedom, bound to the will of Zenos Galvus, a pitiable man who feels naught save when at the edge of death. That would make sense that they unlock something like that. The power to smite, the power to save, a desperate man did direly crave. Hide though the price in full he did pay, creating a god where his dead body lay. The power to rise, the power to vie, a lonely man did madly desire. Forsook his flesh, for such was the toll, binding a god to his insatiable soul. Here we have two men who sought power, but for different reasons. One wished to deliver his homeland from tyranny, the other wished to fill the void of his solitude. Yet even should they achieve this goal, would they truly find peace? I suspect that only they would know the answer. Now you, my friend, you will continue your fight, will you not? I pray that you will again regale me with such accounts of your experiences. For as brightly as a hero's tale shines, it is not without its shadows. It is my duty, I feel, to share both with the world, the stirring and the sorrowful. A Minstrel's Ballad. I love that there is an in-universe explanation for a harder version of the fights, and it's because it's like a Bard's Tales version, where it's things are like exaggerated for the legendary tale. You know. I get some doggy mounts from the Stormblood extremes. That's cool. Yeah, I should probably talk to him about the other ones too. Let me just quickly click through these so I can unlock them. Much fancier version of Ninetales. I'm gonna do that immediately. And by immediately, I mean later. Do not honor the memory of the departed. No, I haven't played Monster Hunter. The only Monster Hunter experience I have is I played the Monster Hunter thing in Peace Walker, where I hunted a giant monster as Solid Snake. I can't believe I just said Solid Snake as Naked Snake. Big Boss. Correction. No, that is not Solid Snake. Lovely. pawnbroker. We might have had customers like those you described. So many people come through, it's difficult to remember. Perhaps you could jog my memory by making a purchase. No? Well, you can't blame a woman for trying. A Rogan samurai and a maiden? Never seen them. Now, if you don't have any business with me, make way for someone who does. A pleasant pawnbroker. Welcome, good sir. Welcome. Will you be buying or... Ah, so you've heard tell of the Rogan Samurai's katana. Small wonder. It is a fine example of its kind. One moment. Dare I hope you have found our pawnbroker. Excellent work, Omega. And that is the katana? There can be no doubt. It is Gosetsu's blade. The craftsmanship is exquisite, is it not? And you'll be pleased to know that the pledge has just expired. I should be glad to sell it to you, assuming you have the coin. This is no ordinary weapon, you understand, and it is priced accordingly. But if you are serious, I suggest you act quickly, as several noted collectors have already expressed an interest. The blade represents conclusive proof of Gosetsu's survival. I suppose this could be considered a necessary cost in securing his safe return, yet it is not a decision I can make alone, least of all when our nation has scarce begun to rebuild. Don't worry, I got this, Yagiri. I'll pay. Don't worry about a thing. I'll buy it. Nay, my friend. Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot ask this of you. It is enough to know that Gosetsu is alive and well. Yagiri, wait. The Scions will buy the katana. Pray consider it a gift. Master Alphino, your kindness is touching, truly, yet in matters of coin, would Mistress Tartaru not expect to be consulted? There's no way that I offered to pay and she said no. And then Alphino offered to pay and she's alright. We're hesitant, but she's got, if she accepts this, Yagiri! Let me pay! Brother. Come now, our friend would never relinquish his blade where the need not great, and are we not bound by honor to help a friend in need? I say we are, and I am sure Tartaru will wholeheartedly agree. Ugh. Alfie, I'm gonna have to kick you into the ocean. It's settled then. You have made a wise choice, my friend. Such pieces are few and far between. Now, if you would be so good as to come this way, I shall prepare the necessary papers. I offered to pay first, Yugiri. Unbelievable, dude. If I may ask, sir, after he visited your establishment, do you perchance know where the old samurai went? He is our friend, and we would return his weapon to him. A friend of yours, you say? Well then, I suppose there can be no harm in telling you. No sooner had I provided him with the requested sum, than his pretty young companion began clamouring for dango. I duly recommended those served in the Umineko tea house, and thither did they set off. Clamouring for dango? Could these truly be the same people? It makes no sense. Some manner of code, perhaps? But it avails us naught to speculate. Let us go to this tea house and see if we can pick up their trail. It's like, oh, you know, I need to buy it, but like maybe I got to consult people because we're rebuilding. You know, like I'll have to figure that out, and then I'll be like, well, I'll cover the costs because I'm not tied to any sort of governmental authority. I can just pay money out of my own pocket. I got over 1 million gil. And then she's like, no. And then Alfie is like, hey, what if I paid for it without consulting anyone and just said, trust me? Oh my god, yes. I would love that if you did that. Exactly, you can't swim. You accepted an offer from a man who can't even swim. We don't talk about Thancred. He's not here. Thancred is not here right now. But of course I remember. How could I forget a pair like that? The most beautiful girl you'll ever see, scoffing down Dango as if her life depended on it while the old samurai looked on. Not quite what I expected, I'll wager. Far be it from me to gossip about my customers, but he was planning to spirit her away across the Ruby Sea, out of the reach of her family, no doubt. When the girl had finally had her fill, they set off in the direction of the Shiokaze hostelry, presumably to find someone discreet with a boat. So Gosetsu makes for Doma. But this woman who travels with him, the more I hear about her, the more I wonder if she can truly be Yotsuyu. She's hit her head real hard. Open the waves. While doubts remain over the identity of Gosetsu's traveling companion, for now we can but follow the trail. Come, let us away to the pier and make ready to sail. With luck, Alice will already have joined Master Saraban and Mistress Tataru there. So we're all about following Gosetsu and Yogiri in this one. Fun times. Excellent timing, my friends. Mistress Alice arrived mere moments ago. All went well at my end. Gyero met with an Imperial officer and wheedled his way to some new information. It seems the troops who recently arrived in Kugane came directly from Garlemald. The Imperials based here have been kept in the dark. And that's not all. A contingent of the aforementioned troops are preparing for deployment to the Ruby Sea. If I didn't know better, I'd say they picked up Gosetsu's trail. Your information matches ours. We're quite certain that Gosetsu seeks to cross to the mainland. I'm sorry, did I hear that right? You used Scion funds to buy Gosetsu's katana at the asking price. Aye, well, we were in some haste and it seemed a worthwhile gesture. Speaking of which, here's the contract of sale. Pray see that the man is paid. Why is this man so annoying? Sorry, boy. Thal's beard. You agreed to this? Give me strength. I am glad that Yugiri's here to see this embarrassing arrangement. Well, it's not like the search can wait. You'd best be on your way. But Alphino, we need to talk. I want you to come straight to the offices as soon as we get back. Promise me. Oh, very well. I shall come upon you as soon as I return. There is not a thought. There's no synapses connecting in here. The brain cells are so spread apart. Absolutely head empty. First, let us go to the Ruby Price. If Gosetsu has already set sail, the sentries there are sure to have seen him. That is true. I'm assuming, are we entering a solo duty here? Tartaru seemed rather vexed, did she not? Ever the melodramatist. I'm sure our finances can stretch to a single sword. This is rich kid energy for sure. I'm like, you do not get it. Remind me to explain the value of such gestures when we next see her. Oh. He's making me mad today. He's making me mad today. Ah, but I digress. We have work to do. The worst, Alfie. He ruined my gesture and then got Tartaru upset, so that went the worst for him.
Right. I suggest we begin by learning what we can from the sentries. What's going on out there?
Travelers, are you? You may wish to postpone your plans. The Garleans have launched an attack on the Confederacy. We have no reason to believe they'll turn their attention here, but for your own safety, I suggest you return to Kugane.
Dropping in.
The Garleans bear no love for the Confederacy. But with Doma lost to them, why would they attack? Unless
Yotsuyu is on that island.
Even if she isn't, our allies are under attack and they need our help.
We will help them, while you remain with Soroban. Arguing will only delay us. Is that clear?
Fine, but you haven't heard the last of this.
Soroban, we may need to make a swift exit. See that the boat is ready to sail at a moment's notice.
It shall be done.
What, and you're going to swim there, are you?
'Tis the quickest way, and you may rest assured I've been practicing.
He's gonna swim, huh? Oh, perfect form. Yes, ma'am. At least we know how to dive into the water. Feet first, of course.
An opening. Your defense is lacking.
Jesus. It's a very good animation, mixed with that voice. That guy's like proper dead now, isn't he? You're here for the old man, yes? He's at the top. You'd best hurry. Damn, we're getting reunited faster than I thought. I was like, this whole story is going to be following them. She is. And there he is, with a different blade now.
Lady Yotsuyu, we're here to rescue you. Please, come with us.
Stay back, Tsuyu.
Are you all right?
Is he all right?
Gazetsu!
Damn it, we took too long. Change of plan, eliminate hostiles! All forces, attack!
There we go. God, okay, we're getting self-detonate. Okay. What, are we about to fail because he's gonna blow up? No, I was like, just wipes everyone out. Be aware this patch was like 6 months. What am I being aware of? What am I being aware of, though? Oh yeah, that's true. You mean like in real time, it's been a long time. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, it's also easy to just be like, oh, we've actually reunited with them quite quickly. In the storyline itself, at least. Being targeted by the... Oh, Jesus.
The art of my forebears.
Seconds to Starstorm. Stars above, rain destruction upon mine enemies. Nice. Okay. Just a few mechs.
Gosetsu, thank the heavens!
Yugiri, my friends, the Kami were kind to guide your steps this way.
It's over. The Imperials are retreating. I suppose we have you to thank for that. But they would never have come here were it not for her. I had a bad feeling the moment your samurai friend arrived with that woman in tow.
Do not be afraid, Suyu. These people are my friends.
Friends.
We're all just looking at her like...
Forgive me, but at the risk of souring the mood, I believe you owe us an explanation. You may start by telling us what happened at Doma Castle.
Of course. I'll not begrudge you that. As you know, we were trapped inside the keep when it collapsed. But even as the roof crumbled above us, so too did the floor below. We were swept out into the One River, where we would surely have drowned had a stout wooden door not chanced to float by, offering us a raft of sorts. Exhausted, we drifted out to sea, at the mercy of the tides. which saw fit to dispense us on a desert island.
She was with you the entire time.
Aye. 'Twas her kimono which saved her from Hien's blade, believe it or not. Some Guardian witchcraft in the weave. But it offered precious little protection against the fall. Though she survived, she awoke bereft of all her memories, and speaking like a child.
Not sure how I feel about this yet. In terms of, like, villains surviving and having their memory erased. Because then it's like, they don't have that remorse or potential for remorse. But I'm excited to see how it will develop.
A trick, surely.
That was my first thought, and I contemplated cutting her down and being done with it. Contemplated it long and hard. Yet the Kami saw fit to deliver us from certain death. 'Twas their will that we survive, both of us, together. And together we shall go before our master. He shall be the one to judge.
Oh, it's absolutely the villain redemption arc between both Yotsuyu and Fordola. Fordola at least has her memory, so she's processing big time all of that guilt and is able to sort of go through that, and like, so her like helping us and being on our side against Lakshmi has a lot of weight to it. This is unique, so that's what I'm definitely curious to see how it'll continue to develop, if her memories return to her and maybe her experiences allow her to become something better, if there's a redemption there, or whether she's just going to be goo goo gaga.
Judge what?
She's your prisoner, old man. Do with her as you will. Call her Tsuyu, or whatever else tickles your fancy.
Tickles your fancy.
'Twas a name given out of necessity whilst on the road. Nothing more.
As you say. But remember this. Our people suffered much at that woman's hands. When the time comes, I trust you won't let emotion blind you to what needs to be done.
You have my word.
Well, I must be going. I have an unholy mess to clean up. You should be on your way too, before the Imperials decide to take another tilt. Oh, and we'll overlook the tithe this once. You're welcome.
Tensui says we should move on. It would not do for Yotsuyu to be seen here. Now, if I know my sister, she will already be waiting with the boat at the nearby pier. Let's go see if I'm right. Okay, then. It takes 2 seconds. It takes less than 2 seconds. It takes half a second to just join a new party. Send me an invite then, coward. What I thought. All other considerations should pale next to that, and yet it's like Gosetsu lives. Everyone's staring at me. I understand I have the silence to thank for my katana's safe return. A samurai's blade is his soul. And no words will suffice to express my gratitude for reuniting me with mine. I sold it for ice cream, thank you though. Yeah, I also prefer Alisei. Gosetsu, thank the gods you're safe. It was all I could do to watch the battle from afar. It was all I could do to restrain her. Can you blame me for worrying? Strong as Omega is, anything could happen in the chaos. But enough about me. We need to talk about her. Greetings? They tell me you've lost your memory, and that's fine, but I want you to know something. I won't be taking my eyes off you, not for a moment. These people are strange. Are you sure they're your friends? I am. They may behave strangely, but I trust them with my life. You have naught to fear. All right, if you say so. Right, just past time we set sail. I, for one, would not keep Lord Hien waiting without due cause. Aye, and the longer we tarry, the more we risk inviting trouble. Lest you forget, the Red Kojin bear no love for Yotsuyu either. I shall deliver you to familiar shores, near Asari, but out of the village's sight. Here is where we part ways, my friends. I pray the remainder of your journey passes uneventfully. Omega, when you are not otherwise occupied, I would speak with you about my next business venture. It promises to be extremely lucrative, and I do not say so lightly. After the prodigious sum spent acquiring a certain sword, it would present a fine opportunity to refill the Scion's coffers and restore the smile to Mistress Tartaru's face. Everyone looks at Alphino. That's such a funny detail. Oh, come on. Tartaru was overreacting. How much could a single katana possibly cost? It really annoys me that, like, the fundamental lack of understanding, like, he didn't even look at the sale at all. Like, there was no thought about how much it even was. He's like, it can't have been that much. It's just a sword. Especially with the whole way it was, like, how it was being described the whole time. Far more than you think, plainly. blade like Gosetsu's is worth a fortune, enough to buy a house and furnish it. Which you would know had you bothered to check the price. What? I had no idea. This business venture of Saraban's, you will give it a fair hearing, I trust. He has been good to us after all. As for me, I think I shall look into drawing upon my personal funds. Kick him into the ocean. I confess I've never had much cause to consider the state of my personal finances until now. Confound it. Damn, I was so rich, but now I'm like, oh, money. He's absolutely mortified, isn't he? Well, maybe he'll think twice before making his next grand gesture. If he ever missed an opportunity to show me how much more mature and responsible he is, I'd sympathize. I mean, I do, to a point, but that doesn't mean I'm about to let him forget this. Another time, Suyu, our path takes us in a different direction. Are we going to that village? They might have Dango. Yagiri is eager to see Gosetsu safely back to their master, so Soroban's thing is actually a side quest. An auspicious encounter. Soroban is about to present you with a proposition that you would be a fool to refuse. What do you reckon, team? Are we a fool to refuse this? It's one of the mega quests. Mega quests, huh? Pick it up, and then maybe we could do that on a stream if it's like a big old quest line. In that case, you would know more of my venture? Excellent. I should be glad to tell you all I know. Though perhaps it would be easier to let our anonymous client speak for his or herself. Here, the missive. For the Ruby Sea and all who call her home, we seek the aid of the warrior who laid low the Lord of the Revel. But first, we bid him haste to make to Hell's Lid and quell the Oni that dwell in its deepest depths. Should he succeed in this test, we shall speak of the true endeavor and consummate reward. A strange proposal, aye, though it must be noted that they knew both of your deeds and our part in them. The Red have no love of trickery, so I doubt it is a trap of theirs. And should this client have honest intentions, then for the sake of these waters, it may behoove us to engage them further. As for their test, enclosed with the missive was a magic dagger, along with instructions as to how it may be used to open a hidden passage into the depths of Hell's Lid. I should mention that this dagger is old and exceedingly valuable. That our client was willing to entrust it to us without a guarantee of our cooperation bespeaks considerable wealth, and more importantly, considerable reward. If you are willing to undertake their trial, I shall journey to Hell's Lid and prepare to open the path. But given the financial incentive, I think it for the best if I went and fetched Mistress Tartaru. Wait for us there, then. Yes, okay. An auspicious encounter. We must meet with Lord Hien as soon as possible, though mayhap not at the Enclave. I will send word requesting that he receive us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able, and join me on the outskirts of Namai. Something I appreciate that's even just, it's subtle, but they still do it, is when they have the characters walk off and disappear after you finish dialogue, certain characters have certain animations, and I like that there is like this always having like Gosetsu turn to Yotsuyu and like be like, all right, we're going this way. Like there's like, instead of just having them all just disappear or like walk off, there's like that level of interaction, which is pretty cool. Okay, it's a good thing I did teleport because we're here. We're closer this way. Before I speak with Yagiri, however, just be a couple of minutes. I'll just take a quick little break and I'll be right back. let us proceed. All is well? Good. The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed. Quietly, if you please.
My lord here, I am returned.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms. And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? Though this time our roles are reversed.
That they are. Meaning you know how I feel. Wholly at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications. Rise, my friend. Tell me everything. The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it'll end with her capture or her death.
Are you a friend too?
There's still so much of like that attitude, but it's like I don't know, it's like the tone of voice.
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Suyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl and listen to Yugiri.
Setsu becoming an adoptive father to the woman that shot him.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel.
Yeah.
If this is an act, it is a remarkable performance.
For all getting played for fools, it'd be a master stroke of genius, that's for sure. Thank you for delivering Gosetsu back to us in one piece. We are lucky indeed to have friends who would journey to the other side of the world to help us, and repeatedly at that. We have much more to think upon, but as regards to the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your absence. The rebuilding effort proceeds apace, I'm pleased to say, and we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire it, there is a place here for those who fled to Eorzea. We should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Hien, and I have no doubt that your subjects at Revenant's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them. Oh, it's nothing. I just thought that Gosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now. On cue. Forgive me, my lord, but Captain Jifuya is nowhere to be found. Oh? He was here when I arrived. For now, we have taken Yotsuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word. He might have seen Yotsuyu and has an idea. That does seem most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you. We should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers here if they know anything. I will join you. With respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you will be better able to coordinate our response. There I was, thinking I was in charge, but you have the right of it. Go on then. I will mind the house. Anyone with brains knows that Yugiri is in charge. The strategist. Seek the captain. He passed by a little while ago. I wondered if I should tell someone, as it happens. He did not look well, you see. I asked if what was the matter, and he told me the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks. Captain Jifuya. He was headed for the northern entrance when I saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need him, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggested as much to Mistress Alisay when she came asking earlier. Something amiss? Just everyone asking the same people the same things constantly. Did you see this man? Did you see this man? Did you see this man? Aye, the captain went outside some few bells ago, looking quite unwell, I'm sorry to say. This I mentioned to Lord Gosetsu, who straightways struck out after him. I hope they'll be alright. Gosetsu, too. It seems everyone is bent on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting. You go on, Omega. Alphino and I shall hold the fort. Out and around, huh?
By the Kami, your Lord Ian, leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share them?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
By the Kami.
She worked in my establishment. Her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her. He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her, but I knew she would be popular, and so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
Just tie it up and then just until all the blood gets cut off, and then light a fire underneath it. Well, we now understand about the past catching up to him. And I think the really sad part about Yotsuyu is we got little glimpse of her backstory when she did have her memories because of the echo, and we knew it was like obviously very horrible upbringing and then getting essentially just sold off, and she had to put herself in this position of power over people as to not lose control, and then became a little bit sick and twisted with it because of the environment that she'd constantly been raised in had kind of like pushed that on her. And while I was saying, you know, I think that I'm not sure how I feel about the memory wipe, so she can't really be accountable for those terrible things that she's done. It obviously can't be denied that there has been plenty of terrible things done to her specifically as well, which is just awful.
Well, you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became. Joining the front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath, then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yugiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu? Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Simply the idle musings. Forgive me, now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. Okay. Now we head back. Oh, they're below. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, they're so close. Didn't even see the arrow. I'm like, where are they? Thank you for your help in the search. Gosetsu has told me all that transpired. I will not presume to defend the life Jafuya yet before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this. The Jafuya I know has only ever been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yotsuyu casts a shadow over the realm. The question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. There's an interesting thing there, because it's like, I won't judge this man for his past, and I've only known him to be a good man and a courageous one. And then, like, with Yotsuyu, for an example, because he doesn't know her personally and only know, like, is, like, judging, like, not taking her past into consideration, but then, like, being like, how he knows her now is, you know? It's really... Like, are you sure about that, Hien? I won't judge this man. But that Yotsuyu... What really bugs me about that mentality is there are people that have, you know, that could have committed some really horrible things in their past, and then, you know, out of guilt or remorse or shame, you know, they were like, I'm going to go and do this and try and change and improve my life. Like, this guy literally went and joined the resistance out of fear for the bad things that he'd done, and he's putting on his brave, courageous face, and he ends like, yeah, this guy's cool. But it's like, if it was outed that this person, let's say that, you know, it was outed that this person assaulted and took advantage of multiple people, and Hien would go, oh, I'm not one to judge. I've only known him to be he's a friend to me, you know. It's like, that's not the point, man. That's not where we're at with this. And Yotsuyu has only become what she is because of how she's been raised and abused, how she's been treated. And now we're witnessing this sort of childish regression where those memories of hers are gone, and she's just back to being a scared little child. So it's like a chance or an opportunity for her to be nurtured, that, you know, shit that she never got. So I hope I don't continue getting annoyed at Lord Himbo for that stance, but we'll see. And I do have flight in this area, I believe, yes. While you're out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. Maybe another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to invasion. By the way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Fluminis. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugiri, Omega, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Alice and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while our common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Hakuro, I believe. Then I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them, and should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well. We shall depart at once. Do take care. Oh yeah, and that's a really good point as well, because in regards to characters in media, there's this really unfortunate disconnect sometimes with the audience and the actual the media, the audience and the artwork, right? That's being done is like having good characters that are flawed and have shortcomings is a really good thing, because human beings are multifaceted. But then like there will be these things where like there will be a character that does unlikable things or bad things, and then they drag down the whole project as a result of them being problematic. And it's like this situation where it's like, why are you not allowing people to create stories where there's problematic people in them? It's not enabling that behavior. It's allowing you to see how it is problematic and also get a perspective on it at the same time. It's not like doing media of a horrible tyrant doing terrible things is them saying we believe in this, but it's like, yeah, there's a lot of people trying to find the right words for it, but there's a lot of examples that I've seen of people reacting poorly to media in that sense. It's like, how dare you not have perfect and likable and just characters all over the place? But it's like, bad and terrible people exist, and that needs to be seen and discussed, so people have an example of why not to do that or why not to be that way. It is education. What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yotsuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Omega and Yugiri. Oh well. Guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I have seen it all. To Castrum Fluminis then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. I don't think I've got flight in this area, but off we go. Let's see if I do. Yeah. I only have 48. I don't have 50. That's where it is. This area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum. Yeah, but is the minigame gonna be Leap of Faith? Because then we're gonna have issues.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Dormans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Dorman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
Student of Doman history. Okay.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
Punchable face.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sus Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
See, like, we love a knowledgeable queen. There is no better person to be, like, you know, right next to Lord Hien. Because this man, his head is also empty. You know, he's like, oh, cool, thanks, by the way. Thanks for giving me all the information that I could possibly need. This is the guy who placed #1 in that poll Magnai was second in. Oh, we finally found out. What was that? The poll was punchable face or just like most annoying character? Good. I have a good read on these things. Immediately as I saw him, I went, no.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady.
Oh, least fuckable, right. Yeah, that was the poll, yeah. True.
It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Dorma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
Okay. Okay. Maxima is the name of the one next to him, but who's that? We shall escort our guests across the river to the Enclave. Yugiri, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuku Manor docks. You can see that the ferries are ready. Well then. Air Force minigame. What is the Air Force minigame? On-rail shooter. Alright, I'm gonna go get my monkey. We'll take a quick little monkey break, shall we? We're all here. Alright. Air Force One. Should I use my controller for this? No. I use my controller for Leap of Faith because it's easier to use a controller for Leap of Faith. I know this is easier with a mouse. It was a joke. It's easier to aim with a mouse. finish line. 5,000, maybe. You hit every single one. There's my 4 tombstones. There we go. Okay. Go to Uldar. Just gotta remember where I am. Hold on. Monkey time. Also challenges, right? I should have a look at what the weekly challenges are. Why do I forget this every time? So bad at this. Challenge log, right? Challenge log? No. Where do I get that fucking Moogle thing again? Duty collection. Ah, yes, collection. It wants me to do the Delta Escape 2.0. Can you believe it? Those are all 2. Just seeing what all there is. Armor and passes and minions. Freety is the monkey. The deal with the ones that are like, oh god, because you need tombstones of Genesis. Number 1. Yeah, the Ufiti horn, cool. I'm just looking at the other ones. Just wanted to see what else there is. Okay, so those are all ones that I can't even get. Gotcha. Yeah, baby. He's gone into the favorites list. Get him in here. Having survived a cull of its kind by bloodthirsty adventurers on its native diadem, this Ufiti mastered the art of riding the winds that it might set forth on a journey to find a worthy leader. Despite its brawn, it possesses a surprisingly delicate touch, and just as well it does. Very good.
Big monkey. Big flying monkey. This is my great ape. No worries, Mercury. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream today and hanging out with us. I'm glad you'll stick around for the time being. Okay, look at this. Look at this. Incredible. The seriousness of this flight, you know. So. Anyone who like clicks onto like Final Fantasy XIV being like, oh, I wonder what this game's about, and then this is what they see. This is what they see. And the monkeys clash. So why is it that there's only one that has a name? I have read much about the architecture and geology of Doma. Words do not do it justice. Such scenes of devastation greeted us on our journey here, the bitter wages of war. This, like, screams like that nerd who's like, while my sister was off conquering Doma, I was studying the blade. Like, even adapting the samurai sword as well. Just travels to Japan because he's so intrigued by the culture. Yeah, Dex, come and play Final Fantasy XIV. We have gorillas. Everybody get on your gorillas. We did lose one of our pack, but that's alright. They look friendly. They can be trusted with your life. Okay. I wish that you could stay on like a mount while you're in a dialogue, while you're in a cutscene. I just imagine like we're all just talking, and I'm just being held by my giant monkey, and I'm just going all the time. You're the best. Let me stay on my mount. Lord Hian and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatman and join us on the other side. All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you seek passage? Yes. Brand new place. That means that's much better. I don't know why I didn't do that sooner. fish in pots. A shop here that gives you double the worth of items. Is there anything worth selling? Would that work for exchanging the gold pieces? Would you get double of those? There you are, Omega. So first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say, I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in this time. We even have an Aetheryte now, courtesy of the Onishishu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. Even when the NPC tells you to start using it, that's funny. But on to the matter at hand. The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I'm not normally one for hosting posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphino and Alice will also be there. You need only drink, eat, and look imposing. Say you'll come. I'll be there. Oh, very well. I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kian Khan. The guardsmen will see you in. See, that's the part of the Final Fantasy XIV that I don't need. You know, let me grind a whole quest line to buy a table. They're really nice windows. Slowly rebuilding. Yeah, the extra money from the gold coin stacks seems good. I've already cashed them in. Hey, Hakuro's here. Normal size, of course. Thanks to Master Alphino and Mistress Alice's assurances, the people are reacting calmly to Imperial presence. Lord Hian is expecting you. May I show you in? No.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Dorma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, Such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Doma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgians' practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize.
I can but apologize.
In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimatis.
The Optimatis, okay.
Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
That's a good point.
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange.
A prisoner exchange. Okay. Yeah, give us Yotsuyu, huh? What are we... Who are we getting?
Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict.
Okay, not like a one-to-one, an actual sort of like prisoners of war scenario and conscriptions.
Naturally, any exchange would include the acting viceroy.
And also her.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Oh, come on. You're gonna really play dumb on this one. Who's that?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit.
Hien got caught out with that one. Come on, man.
The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Donatello really comes into this stream to start glazing on Asahi of all people. Get out of here. Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all, but on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had naught to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble. You think this might be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been the acting viceroy. She is not Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the Ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed. Though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in Imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the Kami know when I will be afforded another. It's very true. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, Omega. Let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. Someone is still sore from being made to watch Sakazuki, sorry. Wrong way. Go on and keep Alice company. We are safe enough for now. Yeah, Alice is the queen of sibling shade for sure. For sure. A chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Omega. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question, what to do while they prattle on. Yeah, Dana, you missed the earlier part where Alphino, just without even caring how much it costs, offers to buy Brosetsu's katana. After I offered to do it and got turned down, Yugiri accepts his just careless offer, and then everyone's just like chastising him over it. He's like, what? Can't be that much, just a sword. It's too easy for him to like become a target. He does it to himself. Alice is pondering how best to make use of your reprieve from the tedium of negotiations. If I could say the word negotiations correctly, the world would be a better place. I just can't speak today. Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'll be missed here. Or will we? Omega, a moment if you would. Okay. This man needs like a sword that actually fits him. This is as tall as he is. Compensating, are you, Asahi? Ah, Yugiri and Asahi, was it? You have some business with Omega? Business? No, pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed Slayer of Gods and Champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor. Such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. Lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land as I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides. Rude. The ambassador has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us? I'm quite sure he will be safe with you, Yugiri. Come now, Omega. There is naught else for us to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and were we not this moment discussing how best to learn more about the current state of Doma? It's settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yansa. I do love how there's always like the dialogue options, but it doesn't really matter. Might we start at the town of Monzen? I would see what has become of Doma Castle. Very well. If you will follow me. Yeah, she asked me out, but I had to decline for revenge because she declined my offer to buy the sword. It's only fair. Now she knows how it feels. I'll speak with Asahi. Shame there is a third and fourth wheel. Exactly. Monkey rise, monkey fly. It's gonna be a tough call to beat this mount. I don't think you can do better than this. Ape, together, strong. Nay, can this truly be Monzen, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. We should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you'd have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. What do you mean, guys? This place looks great. Look how good it looks. It is a travesty. A travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives. Spoken like a true popularis, the needs of the people must of course come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat. Alright. Ready to cast off? Ah, indeed. Solo duty time. Wow, guys, I wonder if this quest that we're doing will have any combat. Surely it'll just be a peaceful stroll.
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble.
Oh god, okay.
Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
So we're fighting the red, huh? But why? Also, this design is so sick. Anyone want to talk to us first? Cool battle music. Kill them all. Okay, there we go. Slick Shell Captain. So they can talk. They're just choosing not to. Yes, let's talk this out. We're doing a mechanic from from dungeons and boss fights.
The art of my
I always like when boss fight or like group mechanics in like dungeons or raids work their way into a single player thing.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
We've come far from being yelled at by this dude for helping out, and now him being eternally grateful.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of Imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without, but if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
It's literally what I was just like thinking too, with like Yagiri's statement. I'm like, it's either we just fight the Empire forever until they no longer exist, or they change, and there's a way to sort of like make that happen from within the Empire. Whether that's possible or not, it's at least worth a try. Food for thought. I don't like the blanket statement of the Empire will never change. You can have... It's interesting because when you think about like political structures and systems that are built in a certain way, there are certain systems that are so fundamentally flawed that they need to almost be brought down completely to be rebuilt with a new set of principles and a stronger foundation. But it's hard to do that with the... It's hard to do any of this, but like it's that sort of approach of like, do we burn it down to the ground and build something new out of that, or do you try and change what has already been established? Which is really hard because you have a whole power structure, especially with evil Emperor Man. Like, you're not going to be able to make these changes with evil Emperor Man because he's the top dog. You'd have to oust that and have someone else on the throne to be able to make substantial changes. But even then, saying the Empire will never change, I'm not sure if that is a worthy blanket statement to apply to the situation. You know? True reform also doesn't only come from within. True reform also comes from both angles. Power to the people and all that, you know? So, where's my super secret third option? You know?
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
Damn, this man studies. This man studies. And it's true in the fact that we worked to undo generations of Dragon War propaganda, right? Like, he raises a good point for Heavensward. And that was tough to do. Impressive. Impressive. Let me tell you something else that I really, really love about good writing. Is a game that pays attention and never forgets its own continuity because it's so easy that you could just keep doing a story and just running forward with new stuff, new characters, new events. But the way that this game, and we're only an expansion too, the way that this game always remembers what happened before and uses that to strengthen the ongoing narrative is really, really good. Because you're like, that makes perfect sense, you know? Like, they use that past context that we've played through and experienced to strengthen the present content, you know? It's really cool. It's very satisfying, because a lot of stories can forget things that they implemented, like, really far back, you know, like long ongoing tales and stories. And you might get, like, an odd callback here and there, but it's really challenging to also obviously always have that continuity in mind and how you could use that to strengthen your narrative going forward. And I think this game does a tremendous job of that. Yeah, obviously using that world building, using those events, you know. Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least few who live to tell the tale. A guilty conscience. Asahi has had his fill of adventure for one day. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord, but what of Namai? You seem so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am. But I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in Imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would. With any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. The 4.1 main quest was really good. This is the 4.2 main quest, so we're in the next patch now. But I really liked the Fordola aspect of 4.1. That was really intriguing. And now we've got this one dealing with a lot of things in the east once more. Gosetsu and Yugiri. And a new Imperial character, so all very enjoyable. I trust you will inform Lord Hien of our encounter with the Red Kojin. If we are to deter them from encroaching on Yansa, our response must be swift and decisive. I understand you served as the ambassador's escort. My thanks. Who's this person? Why don't I have a name? Yeah, my name's John. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, yeah, let's not keep him waiting. I'm glad you're having a good time as well, Viceroy. I'm excited to start Shadowbringers. We're close. We're on our way. Going through these patches, and then we'll get there. And then I should have access to Endwalker eventually too, because I don't own Endwalker yet, but I pre-ordered Dawn Trail, and that should come with Endwalker. I just have to wait for my game code or something. I don't know if it's been overhyped, and it's probably justified. I think Stormblood was underhyped, and so that was hilarious. Where I'm like, wait, why don't people enjoy this one? But like, and then I'm just finding out that there's a lot of Stormblood enjoyers, and people do love it. It's just like people prefer Heaven's Ward and Shadowbringers more, so it's like sandwiched in between them. But I'm like, y'all crazy. Stormblood is so good, you know? The last patches can go by in a blink. Okay. Because I was thinking like I should do I usually do like a one patch per stream, but maybe we'll be able to do multiple, but we'll see. And yeah, that like we've considered switching jobs. Like I want to, there's part of me that kind of wishes that I had leveled and changed to a samurai during Stormblood, but we've never done that. And then I also want to do Gunbreaker. It'll be interesting and challenging and difficult and weird and another of variety of adjectives to switch to a different class. I was looking at my very first Final Fantasy XIV stream last night, and I was like, it's so weird to see just like 2 abilities on my hotbar and me just being clueless. It's just so funny. Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompanied her and Asahi on a tour of Yansa. I had hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please, tell us how it all unfolded. Oh, his head went that way and his arm went that way. The Red Kojin, here. Have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Not that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yansa, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off, but tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. In the time I've known you, you've always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? He's a studious fellow. Oh look, my super secret third option. Say nothing. Maybe we'll do that after we finish the patches for Stormblood. We'll do some leveling for a Gunbreaker. He may very well be an honorable man. Oh, how I would love to believe that. An ally within the Empire could change everything, could give us a real chance at peace. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game, for now at least. Well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin. It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin a means to amass new stores of ether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunshin and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon their Susanoo.
And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there is aught we can do to help the Populares garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Yes, of course, but what manner of business? A past mistake which I would see put right, one which has weighed heavy on my mind. All right. And I appreciate that, Viceroy. I'm glad you're enjoying the playthroughs. It means a lot. And I will certainly keep having fun with them, don't worry. What time is it for you now? Yep.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company.
She just chilling. 4 a.m. Okay. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. at the moment. We usually start at this time because most people tend to be awake, kind of. But it's tough to really find a point in the world where everyone is awake and available.
The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river.
You imagine she's just like chilling, just like eating her ice cream, like la 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 la. I'm just chilling out with Kosetsu. Yeah. Okay, Hien. She's harmless right now.
Yet here you are. The living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please. What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
What's really great about this from a character perspective is like it's so true, obviously, because it's like when you remove that element by bonking them on the head, they're not currently that person that they previously were. But I understand Hien's frustrations too, because it is that person still, but not at the same time. So I get the like these two perspectives on either side, because Hien doesn't want to let go of that because it's all so fresh and raw for him, and then she's like, I have no idea. And he's so true.
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard.
He has such a good, serious face.
Come the hour of the exchange. If her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gorsetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for your Tsuyu, pardon. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet.
What are you saying?
He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade.
Well, that's what we saw. He tried, and he immediately fell to his feet. This man needs a long recovery.
Though I suppose if he and your Tsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
Give him his retirement. But you gotta definitely gotta understand how tough it is for Hien, and not just Hien, but all the people of Doma, all the people of Kugane, everyone in the East with this viceroy. She caused so much pain and suffering, and all of these people don't know her past. They don't know her context. They just see her as who she is now, which is despicable, evil leader inflicting so much pain and suffering and getting pleasure from it, right? And they see, she's like experimenting on her subordinates and turning them into some weird mechanical monstrosity. She's forcing children to kill their own parents. She has these atrocities that she has committed with a smile on her face. And people have witnessed that. People know that. And that's all they know about her. And so it's really tough for Hien to be in that situation where he's like, this is like, she lives, but it's no longer her. And I think that's even more painful, that everyone who has suffered because of her is like, will never forget it. And she's got no recollection of anything that she's done. That hurts even more, that she just walks around eating ice cream, and there are people that have like suffered such traumatic issues as a result of her just popping in with her little army and stamping out any sense of rebellion. So it's tough. Rise of a New Sun. Cyan's theme. And we got some maiming. There you go. Lord Hien has at last reached a decision. Hey, no worries, Nihilus. Thanks so much for joining the stream. Have a good sleep. With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through. So you've got me breaking it down and really getting into like the details in everyone's personalities and how they're thinking about it. But I should have just said, she forgot, but they remember.
That's all I should have said. You're so right.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansa. You have reached a decision, then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango? How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
A private conversation, hey? Well, she won't remember who you are. Only if we can have Yugiri in the roof or in the walls listening.
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased.
Worst hair in the game. Worst hair in the game having a conversation with the best hair in the game.
Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
You absolutely know that that's the secret code for Yugiri will see you to her chambers, and then she's gonna eavesdrop because she's stealthy. No conversation is private when Yugiri is around. Forgive me, my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps I should... Calm yourself, Gosetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much. It's also a way for him to kind of get some proof, I guess, of the memory situation also. Oh, there she is. Okay. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. Part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that, but alas, it is as you say. Suyu, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I am a stranger to her. That much was clear to me from a single look. I leave her in your care. As you wish. I was almost expecting him to be like, I'm taking her anyway. Now, if you'll excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear of our agreement, of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yansa. This will take time, of course. Of course.
You may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until you return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one other matter. I'm informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing 2 young Domans from a band of Kojin sellswords. I've not yet had time to thank you properly. Please, there is no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them from further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Maxima and the other guy. Can we take Yotsu's current state as confirmation that can she indeed be fixed? Yeah, when we said I can fix her, we inadvertently achieved that goal. We just had to bring down Doma Castle on her head to do so. Gosetsu, as before, I leave Yotsuyu to you. It's not her name anymore, Hien. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asahi to a proper farewell. I'm holding my tongue until we witness the ending of this quest properly. But I do just want to say, it has been quite interesting that there hasn't been... This has been quite a peaceful patch, you know? The conflict that has arisen has not been anything major, which is a refreshing change of pace. It's very interesting because it's more so dealing with the post. It's more so dealing with the post-war, you know, peacetime, and not like peace, but like sort of trying to achieve that peace and cooperation. So it's kind of dealing with the fallout of things and recovering, and obviously the tension between certain characters and their past transgressions, you know. Speaking of fixing, when will we see a playthrough of Coffin of Lelie and Andy? Huh? Having trouble understanding that. And I grabbed the other quest. I could finish the stream with it. I was told that apparently it would probably be better for this to be like a full stream. Because apparently this is potentially long enough to be a full stream. Because it's like a similar long quest line to Omega, apparently. The Ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Fluminus. Let us be off. Yes, but I like to do things in a collection, you know?
I wish you a safe journey.
Didn't realize we're getting speech. A lot of my earlier Final Fantasy XIV streams are very messy and all over the place. Like, A Realm Reborn was just doing a bunch of random stuff, and then there was some things cut out on the particularly long, like, streams, and that kind of annoys me, because that stuff is kind of lost to time, I guess.
So that's why I try and make it a little more cohesive. We could do some more Hildebrand progress. That is true. I was thinking of what else we could do today. There's many options. I was like, we could do Hildebrand. We could level another class. We could do a dungeon. There's still more for us that we could potentially do. We'll see.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting.
Why do you say it like that?
Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure?
Off you go, Maxima, and
I simply cannot.
guy number 2.
First giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansa.
Oh, the music's fading.
Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
What the fuck? That expression was crazy. He just triggered my echo. What in the world, dude? Oh, it's the guy.
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Huh. Liberation Front Samurai. Is this not the dude that we... the Captain Jafuya?
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
The generic look.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors!
He just has the same face, so I guess if it's just a generic look, I'm like, okay.
Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the...
Oh! Do we get more Zenos? Holy crap. With the helmet too.
Reinforcements? No, just one! Cut him down!
Wow, just one. Yeah, just one. Oh, you know what would have been so cool if while he was in the midair, he just like impaled him and just held him there like Sephiroth and Cloud. Like, truly Darth Vader energy. This is a crazy echo.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne.
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
I didn't even know who it was. How do you not know?
Surely you jest.
Yeah.
That was Zenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the crown bloody prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
The crown bloody prince, that was.
That was Lord Zenos.
I have thoughts, and I will share them after this, because this is really interesting behavior from Asahi right here.
Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me. Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire.
God, he's creepy, huh?
My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance.
Is nobody paying attention?
I will cherish this moment, lock it away within my heart, until the day we meet again.
Am I not just gonna go to Lord Hien and be like, oh, by the way, this dude is totally gonna fucking betray you at some point. This dude is going to rain hellfire on Doma at some point. By the way, like, did nobody hear that? Like, if the Warrior of Light does not address any concerns with the group, we gotta be stupid. This dude just threatened us and promised not very good things. That switch up was so crazy. Total crazy eyes. And everyone's like, especially Yugiri. Yugiri's so observant, and they're all just standing there, just like, you know? Meanwhile, he's just like speaking plainly right in front of us, like he's dropped his whole facade. For a moment there, I thought he was going to draw his blade on us, you know? And that was the thing that I was saying, like, I was like, I'm holding my tongue, but I'm like, this has been quite peaceful. And it's usually in those moments where you're like, you know, it's like, is something about to go wrong? But then that was still very surprising. Why the frown? Did he say something to upset you? Are you quite well? You looked as if you were about to faint in the ambassador's arms for a moment there. Dude, he was up in my face. I thought perhaps now we could be at ease, but your expression suggests otherwise. What troubles you, Omega? Oh, you know.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
Come on. We're not going to get their response to what we say.
Of all the memories to witness.
There we go. Yeah, kind of killed the guy that he, you you know, idolized.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Zenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Yugiri. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game.
Okay.
After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with the monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
There's a bit of resentment for dealing with Zenos. Makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it right before the very end? Perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Zenos, 'tis possible emotions simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the man who slew his lord would have taken its toll. All the interactions we've had prior to this with him as well, when he's like, oh, I get to meet like the hero of Eorzea, you know, this is amazing. You know, you're like, whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance, and the Garlean prisoners made ready for the exchange. But you need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of exchange draws near, we will call for you. Well, it's good that we communicated it, you know, instead of just being like, wow, that was really weird. See ya. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we will be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yotsuyu's amnesia and Asahi's dubious agenda, I say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through this sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane, then. Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here. So my initial thought when I said I have thoughts was the way that he switched up and like looked at us so crazy and then it brought on the echo was, we know that this man has studied us pretty well, especially when he was like talking about the Ishgard thing as well. So I was like, okay, he definitely knows what's going on with the Warrior of Light, the hero of Eorzea. So I was curious because obviously they've been working on instilling the echo in people, right? So they were doing that for Dola and, you know, that sort of thing. So he perhaps knows that the Warrior of Light has that ability. And I thought initially that perhaps he was he switched up in that way to try and trigger the echo within us to like give us that flashback and give us that insight into his past. That's how I felt it was potentially being done. He like knew that if he did something like that to like spark an emotion in us, it would like set off the echo. I don't know if that's true, of course, but just the fact that he's obviously done his homework on us, that could be aware that that would be a result. Soon we shall see if Asahi is true to his word. If not, I'll be glad to cut out that silver tongue of his. If what you saw of the ambassador is an indication of his true nature, this prisoner exchange may not be what it seems. In fact, I'm beginning to wonder if your encounter with the Red Kojin was more than mere happenstance. True. Also, it was all rainy, and that, you can't have a good happy ending to a quest line when it's raining. That's when it's an emotional time. Greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? Of course. Imagine if he, was able to sort of influence us or found a way to actually get us to strike at him to endanger the whole peace thing. That would be such a crazy event. Burn down the whole treaty by being manipulated. Because he so desperately wanted us to take a stab at him. Aye, seems you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you'll be the first to know of it. Yes, of course. We're discussing ideas to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news should come through the office. About that. I wish to apologize, Tartaru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. It's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. No, make him pay. Make him be financially responsible. Teach him a lesson. If Soroban's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Omega should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. No, just make him pay, will ya? Why am I paying? Through questline. Forgive me, Omega. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I'll pay you back. Alright, you can pay me back by leaving Yugiri to me, alright? This whole thing has been a mess. It's all because of you. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value. What do you mean? Where are your personal funds all of a sudden? Deposit that into my bank account. Knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions forming within the Empire. Mayhap Riol and his associates have heard something on the subject. All of a sudden, this man no longer has any personal funds, alright? He's like, I'll make up for it in knowledge. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asahi's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. If there is even the faintest chance that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice have we but to try? Lord Hien has the right of it. Asahi may very well be a monster, but we must play his game, for now. Alrighty. Ah yes, the post-patch cutscenes. Here we go. Let's get our follow-up. Arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan. My lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan. Of course. Of course. I wonder how this prisoner exchange will go down. Oh no. He's given her something. We get to see the private conversation.
You remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
Because he's prompting her to focus real hard on trying to remember who she is. But also, it seems like that object it's just not a normal mirror. It looks like important too.
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
Oh my god, he survived too! Oh my god. He also lives. Oh. Okay. Okay. He's not over yet. Okay, well, Asahi's got no reason to be pissed off, right? We just put him to bed. Asahi can relax. How did... But... Oh, dude. I have to go have words with YouTube. YouTube limited ads on my video because of that. Because of the sword to the neck. Even though it wasn't even shown on screen. He's alive, YouTube. It was just a fake. And he's got sandals on. The fucking, like... He's got his, you know, if someone's like shaken and they put like the jacket over you to calm your nerves. He's got like this weird jacket on him. Aha! You see, I cut one of my necks, but I have a second neck hidden underneath. Man just loves to put on a good show. Theatrics, dude. Theatrics. Wow. Okay. So they're going to end that with the, hey, Yotsuyu, remember who you are? And also, hey, Zenos is still alive. God damn. That's quite something. That is quite something indeed. Okay. So that was the end of patch 4.2. Some interesting reveals at the end there, building up the hype for patch 4.3, and that is where we are going to bring today's stream to a close. I'm tempted to continue, but I know that I need to get some other work done. I need to record some other content. You know, I've got 3 playthroughs going on the channel right now, on top of Final Fantasy XIV. So as much as I would love to continue playing this incredible game, we'll postpone it until the next stream in a couple of days. So not tomorrow. We had a 3-day in a row stream extravaganza. So thank you very much for joining, everybody. We had a very good past 3 days, but we'll take a day's break and then we'll be back the day after to continue Final Fantasy XIV. If I could stream this every day and also pause time and have more than 24 hours in a day, sure. Unfortunately, I've got to go and record some other games. Oh no! I have to go and play more video games so I can supply more content to all of y'all. But no, I appreciate everyone for joining today. Thank you so much for joining me for this story. Next stream, we may start patch 4.3. We might do an auspicious encounter, considering this quest was given to us during this patch. Not entirely sure. We'll decide closer to the day. Thank you so very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. It's been a pleasure, and I will see you next time.